Local governments, groups, and people in the Portland area preparing for another round of serious heat.
It's probably going to be one of the hottest heat events we've seen this summer so far.
Plus, the goal behind a new art installation along the waterfront, calling attention to the ongoing crisis in Gaza.
Be uncomfortable, be in pain, and then be able to do something about it.
And this weekend's bringing the heat in more ways than one, what you'll find at OMSI as the Portland Hot Sauce Expo returns. We're going to start off tonight by taking a live look outside where things will be changing in just a matter of hours as extreme heat is set to overtake the metro area. Thanks so much for joining us here at 11. I'm John Adams. Weather is our top story, and meteorologist Joe Ranieri is joining us now. Joe, you said at 5 p.m. it's not going to take too long to heat up tomorrow.
No, and this is an event that's going to be lasting the next couple of days. From tomorrow through Tuesday, we will be under a weather impact alert throughout pretty much of the valley and into the eastern side of the state as our temperatures soar into the upper 90s, close to 100 degrees in many locations. So here's a look at the high heat risk. When tomorrow through Tuesday, very hot days. Unfortunately, we're going to be looking at warm nights. Overnight lows will be in the mid to the upper 60s in the next couple of nights. Plan to try to find some areas to cool off, whether it be a movie theater, maybe the mall, or even a bowling alley, just to kind of get a little relief, because once we get into the early part of the afternoon, by lunchtime, tomorrow we'll be looking at temperatures close to 90 degrees. I'm forecasting tomorrow at 99 degrees. Average high is 83. So the first day of extreme heat kicks into tomorrow. Dangerous heat from Sunday through Tuesday. And again, like we stay pretty warm overnight. So when will the heat really kick in? Well, I'd say by midday tomorrow, you'll be looking at temperatures close to 90 degrees. I am forecasting a high tomorrow of 99 degrees. So the weather impact alert will really kick in tomorrow afternoon. Over the next 3 days, not looking like we'll be looking at record heat, but regardless, some of the warmest temperatures we've seen so far this summer, close to 100 degrees basically the next 3 days. I think there's a good chance the Portland International Airport does hit 100 tomorrow. Here's a look at what we've seen so far this summer. 11 days with temperatures 90 or above. We'll basically be hitting our average by Tuesday afternoon, which is right around 14, 15 days summer. Number of nights so far with temperatures 64 above 4, and we're going to easily hit that heading into tomorrow. And lots of watches and warnings. We have a heat advisory. That's that orange color you see. There's also a red color. That's the extreme heat warning, John, that takes effect tomorrow noon. Stays at effect until late Tuesday night throughout parts of the valley and into the east side of the state throughout parts of the gorge. I'll talk more about that in just a few minutes.
All right, Joe, a lot going on. We'll see you soon. Well, with that extreme heat warning in place, our Jake Holter tells us how Portlanders and local governments are preparing.
Well, people we spoke with here in Portland say that they're staying home on Sunday to keep cool.
I think we're going to be inside.
My wife and my mother-in-law and I are going to hunker down inside.
With temperatures soaring to the mid-90s the next couple days, Portlanders are preparing for the heat wave.
We live in an old Craftsman, and it doesn't have air conditioning. It's not very well insulated. So yeah, we expect it to be hot. We'll be on the first floor for the most part, just trying to stay cool.
Yeah, I have lung disease, I have COPD, and it's really difficult when it gets hot. It's really difficult to breathe.
We spoke with Dr. Richard Bruno, health officer at the Multnomah County Health Department, who says that people with pre-existing conditions and older people can be the most vulnerable to the heat.
We encourage you to check on your friends, your neighbors, your family members, anybody who fits those categories. Make sure they got a plan for the weekend. Make sure they have a cool plan. Make sure they know about the libraries and the malls and the splash pads and other options for people to go to in case they need to get out of the house.
Bruno sharing with us the signs and symptoms of heat-related illness.
Early warning signs of heat exhaustion include things like excessive sweating, nausea, vomiting, starting to feel like your body is getting weak, or starting to feel like the sun is just becoming overwhelming for you. Those are definitely signs. Get in the shade real quick, cool off with misting or a cooling towel, or even get a cold shower.
Because of the risk of heat exhaustion, resident Emily Youngie says she hopes the cooling centers are open.
It should be a priority when the weather gets hot, for the city. And I understand funds are being cut and so on, but that, you got to keep people alive.
And Multnomah County officials say they'll make a decision about opening cooling centers Sunday morning. In Portland, Jake Holter, KGW News.
Well, the organizers of a popular local bike ride are also taking precautions ahead of tomorrow's event. Tomorrow morning is the annual Providence Bridge Pedal. It's the one time a year Portland's bridges are closed off to cars, including the upper decks of the Markham and the Fremont bridges. Organizers say they've added extra hydration stations to the route. Tents with medics will also be stationed along the route. Traffic is flowing normally through North Plains again following a train derailment earlier today. It happened around 12:30 this afternoon near Northwest Main Street in Hillcrest. A Tualatin Valley Fire and Rescue spokesperson said crews found 4 cars that had derailed. Officials say no hazardous material spilled, but there was some minimal spillage from a grain car. No one was hurt. The cause is still under investigation. And new tonight, Portland police arrest a man who allegedly slashed the tires of multiple cars. It happened just before 12:45 this afternoon near East Burnside and Northeast MLK Boulevard. Officers found at least 3 cars damaged and learned from a witness the suspect, 46-year-old Jason Garrettson, was screaming and running in traffic with a knife. After locking down the area and bringing in more police, officers were able to arrest Garrettson without using force. To the Middle East now, where new images show signs of the Israeli military building up along the Gaza border. It's as Israel faces growing backlash from the international community for its plans to take over Gaza and insufficient food aid in the Strip. The UN called the takeover plan a dangerous escalation. Germany imposed a partial arms embargo. And in Israel, thousands taking to the streets this weekend.
We want to stop the war. We want to bring the hostages home, and we want to stop the suffering of the Gazan people.
Today, hospitals in Gaza recorded 11 new deaths, citing malnutrition, according to the Ministry of Health. One local Oregonian is using art to bring attention to the ongoing starvation crisis in Gaza. This morning, Portland resident Savannah Carreno set up 100 replica shrouds as part of an art installation along the waterfront. They represent children and infants in Gaza who have died due to hunger. The installation includes nearly 24 signs with QR codes where people can find more information on how to donate to PAL Humanity, an aid nonprofit based in northern Gaza. The group raises money to give free formula and medical aid to people in Palestine.
Right now in Gaza, formula is about $200 for a small container. We have, as citizens here in America, the opportunity to be uncomfortable and then walk away from it and go about our day. And I'm asking people to make that sacrifice, to place their discomfort aside and put someone else's discomfort and fight for survival in front of their own.
PAL Humanity's goal is to get $1 million in donations by November. So far, Carreno's installation has brought in about 10,000. Some sad news in Longview after a fire forces the temporary closure of a local restaurant. Stuffy's 2 shared pictures yesterday on Facebook saying the fire caused extensive damage. Fortunately, no one was hurt. The owners say they're taking this opportunity to remodel the restaurant for when it reopens. And a traffic reminder, northbound Highway 217 is closed from Highway 99 west to Shoals Ferry Road. This is the 4th of 5 weekends of auxiliary lane projects where crews are doing paving and striping work. The final weekend closure for this stretch of road is scheduled for August 15th through the 18th. In the meantime, use I-5 through Portland, I-405, and Highway 26.
Oh, it's fantastic. You got hot sauce and beer, and then food trucks.
What more do you really need? This weekend, the Portland Hot Sauce Expo is back for its 8th year. And as you heard, there's plenty of hot sauce vendors, plus food and drinks. Not only that, there's Mexican-style wrestling and spicy food eating challenges attendees can take part in.
It's just so much fun. You know, it's such a fun summer event, good community event, good food. Great, just like I said, meeting the vendors are from all over the country, Chicago, Phoenix, Portland. It's a blast. Yeah.
Got to support small businesses.
Yeah, absolutely.
Definitely.
You have one more day to visit the expo located at OMSI. General admission tickets start at $15.